Senior Intelligence Officer Vectora. Simulation complete. Estimated human casualties 1.2 billion. Galactic Concord extinction probability 87.3%. Conclusion. Under no circumstances engage humans in direct military conflict. I closed the projection file and looked up at the stunned Security Council. 8 pairs of compound eyes fixed on me in what I recognized as the universal expression of horror. That, Council members, was not a prediction from our Strategic Forecasting Division. That was the ending of a human entertainment product called Stellar Conquest 4, Galactic Reckoning. A game their young play for fun. Councillor Arnlock's breathing appendages fluttered rapidly. Impossible. No species would find extinction scenarios entertaining. And yet they do, I replied. Security Council Session 7249 is now in session. This classified intelligence briefing on the species known as humans will fundamentally alter our understanding of the newest members of our Concord. I gestured to the obsidian table between us. For 10 cycles, my division has conducted an exhaustive analysis of human entertainment media, specifically what they call games. What we discovered has terrified our most seasoned analysts. You exaggerate, Commander, Councillor Tevren interrupted, manipulator appendages clicking impatiently. They are barely spacefaring. Their weapons systems are primitive at best. With respect, Councillor, so were their ancestors' spears. Did that stop them from simulating nuclear war for entertainment? Did that prevent them from imagining scenarios where they defeat technologically superior alien invaders? I leaned forward. They've been rehearsing for war with species they hadn't even met yet. Preposterous, Tevren scoffed. Games are trivial diversions. The central display flared to life at my command, bathing us all in the garish colors of human entertainment. The chamber fell silent as the images played. These displays show the most popular human recreational activities from the past century. I continued. Nearly 70% involve simulated warfare, violence, or survival scenarios against overwhelming odds. Arnlock moved closer to the display. They expose their young to this? Not only expose them, but encourage it. While our civilization abandoned ceremonial combat rites 6 millennia ago, humans have been perfecting virtual warfare with increasing sophistication. They call it entertainment, and most alarmingly, they enjoy it. What proof do you have that these games translate to actual combat capability? Tevren demanded. I thought you might ask that, I said, which is why I've brought someone who witnessed it firsthand. The discovery. Junior Analyst Jurik. The humans didn't know I was Intelligence Division. To them, I was just another diplomatic attaché at the first contact reception on Earth. Lieutenant Rodriguez approached me with that peculiar human expression, teeth exposed. Eyes crinkled that our briefings called a smile. The diplomatic reception area smelled of strange floral arrangements and what I would later learn was coffee, a stimulant beverage humans consumed in quantities that would kill most Valaxian life forms. First time meeting aliens? Rodriguez asked, handing me a glass of clear liquid. First time meeting humans? I replied, using my most practiced diplomatic tone. Rodriguez laughed, that staccato sound humans make when amused. You guys must meet new species all the time in this Galactic Concord of yours. Each first contact is unique, I said. I bet. So what do you do for fun in your civilization? Any games? Sports? Rodriguez's voice resonated at a lower frequency than my species was accustomed to. We have contemplation rituals and collaborative problem-solving exercises that promote group harmony, I replied, reciting from my cultural exchange briefing. Rodriguez's expression changed. No, I mean like for fun. You know what? Here. Councillor Tevren. Get to the point, Junior Analyst. What did you discover? Hurik. With respect, Councillor, this is the point. Rodriguez pulled a slim device from his pocket. With a flick of his fingers, a holographic display bloomed between us. This is the new Call of Duty, he said casually. Been playing since I was 12. My compound eyes struggled to process what I was seeing. Humans in combat gear clutched weapons that spat fire. Other humans jerked backward, red fluid spraying from their bodies. Buildings crumbled. Explosions flared. The viewpoint lurched and spun, as if I was seeing through the eyes of a predator in hunting frenzy. My membrane shields snapped shut reflexively. My posture stiffened as fear chemicals surged through my system. Is this historical footage? A military training simulation? My voice emerged as an embarrassing, high-pitched whine. What? No, it's just a game, Rodriguez laughed again. My team plays every Friday night after work. Your team? You're in the military? I managed to ask. Nah, I'm in accounting. My squad is just friends from college. We compete against teams from all over the world. Counselor Arnlock. You mean to tell us their financial specialists organize into combat units for entertainment? Hurik. Not just financial specialists, counselor, teachers, medical practitioners, food service workers. All of them, playing at war. For fun? I asked Rodriguez directly. You enjoy simulating killing? He shrugged that peculiar human gesture, indicating casualness. It's not about the killing. It's strategy, teamwork, quick thinking under pressure. But yeah, the adrenaline rush when you clear a room of enemies feels pretty good. And how many hours have you spent in these simulations? Rodriguez thought for a moment. Probably around 6,000 hours lifetime. Counselor Tevran. 6,000 hours? That's equivalent to 3 full cycles of our military basic training. Hurik. Exactly, Counselor. And Rodriguez considered himself a casual player. I excused myself and hurried back to our secure communication chamber, bumping into startled human attendants in my haste. The taste of fear, metallic and sharp, filled my feeding cavity. Inside our chamber, the air was properly filtered, the temperature regulated to Valaxian comfort levels. My trembling appendage reached for the emergency communication protocol. Central Intelligence, this is Cultural Attaché Zurich. Priority Alpha. I have discovered something about the humans, something concerning. Senior Intelligence Officer, Vectora. Following Zurich's report, the Council authorized immediate covert acquisition of the full spectrum of human games. We established a specialized division, Recreational Intelligence Analysis, staffed with our most perceptive psychological profilers and military strategists. Counselor Arnlock. And what did this specialized division discover? Vectora. The first reports arrived within days. Then came the requests for clarification, for confirmation that the materials hadn't been misunderstood. Could a species really treat simulated planetary conquest as entertainment? Within a lunar cycle, our most experienced analysts began requesting psychological support. The immersion in human recreational warfare was having unforeseen effects on their mental stability. Chief Analyst Mrevkol. I personally examined over 2,000 different human games. I speak to you now as someone who has looked into the abyss of human psychology. The walls of my analysis chamber became covered with diagrams of human combat formations. Screens displayed endless permutations of human battlefield tactics. I stopped sleeping. First-person shooters, as humans call them, are deliberately immersive, designed to place the player in the role of the combatant. They simulate the recoil of weapons, the sound of incoming fire, the sensation of being wounded. Counselor Tevran. These must be specialized military training tools. Mrevakal. That was my initial hypothesis as well, Counselor. I was wrong. These are products marketed to their general population, including their young. Their recreational market for simulated warfare exceeds the military budgets of 17 Concord species combined. Counselor Arnlock. And the content itself? Mrevakal. They simulate everything. Historical conflicts from their primitive tribal skirmishes to their nuclear age, imagined future wars against each other and against fictional alien species, resistance against invasion, planetary conquest, urban combat, wilderness survival. Some games reward stealth and selective elimination of targets. Others celebrate maximum casualties. Some focus on resource management and strategic deployment of forces across continents. Others place the player in command of galactic armadas. But the most concerning aspect is this. They've been imagining conflict with alien species since before they achieved spaceflight. They have been preparing psychologically, strategically for wars with us before they knew we existed. Vectora. The council chamber fell silent. I could see the implications dawning on each member. A species that trained its population through entertainment. A species that found pleasure in simulated violence. A species that had imagined 1,000 different ways that first contact might lead to war. Show them the competition footage, I ordered. The central display changed. Human avatars moved through alien terrain with practiced efficiency. Their communication was terse, precise. Target at 43 degrees, flanking position compromised, fall back to checkpoint Bravo. They adjusted instantly to changing conditions, exploited weaknesses in enemy positions without hesitation. When wounded, they continued fighting. When outmatched, they found alternatives. When surrounded, they formed defensive perimeters and held ground. Councillor Tevran. This is obviously their elite military forces. Vectora. No, Councillor. This is a team of human adolescents competing for prize money. This is what they do for recreation. Councillor Arnlock's breathing appendages had stopped moving entirely. This is merely the beginning of what we've learned, I said into the silence. Council members, I suggest you prepare yourselves for the complete analysis to follow. The implications were clear to everyone in the chamber. What we once dismissed as primitive entertainment had revealed something far more significant. We had discovered a species that had spent centuries rehearsing for war and calling it play.